What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisor.com, bringing home the bacon NBA DFS video. I cannot believe the NBA is back. We've got 2 games. We're going to cover them. If you've been with us before for baseball, but maybe you didn't come over here for NBA, it's a little bit different. We're able to focus a little bit more. So just like with MLB and stuff like that, we have already done 10,000 simulations in the background. But NBA is one of those DFS sports where you can kind of project a little bit easier. So what we're going to do, we're going to give you some plays at each position, and we're going to give you our fantasy projections in those positions. Normally, when we have a minimum of 5 games, we give you 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks at each position. But since we only have 2 games today, we're going to give you a handful of plays at each position to hopefully help you bring home the bacon. And if you've never been here before at all, we try to have 2 giveaways in these videos just like we've done in the past. Here's how you can win. You got to like this video, you got to be a subscriber to the channel, and you got to leave a comment. You do all 3 of those, and this video right here gets a minimum of 50 likes. You will have a chance at a free week of FTA+. So that's a week of all sports. So we are done with MLB for the year, because now it's just the World Series. But we've got NASCAR weekly for about a month or so. We've got NBA just starting up. We've got NFL. We're in the thick of it. We're halfway through already almost, which is kind of wild to think about. We've got PGA and we've got MMA. So you get all of that. If this video gets a minimum of 100 likes, you get a chance at a free month, 150 likes, a free year, 200 or more likes on this video, a chance at a lifetime pass. And somewhere in this video, there'll be a keyword or a key phrase. Be on the lookout for it to type it in and have your second shot at a free week. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the Vegas odds. We're going to look at the matchups between these 4 teams. We're then going to go position by position and give you some of our projections. We're then going to go ahead and do what we've done in the past. We're going to give you some value plays through 10,000 sims, and then we're going to build you a lineup on DraftKings. Now, I can't build you one on Fanduel right now because there is no slate available, and they've banned it in my state anyway for the time being. So we're going to do DraftKings until they unban it in my state. So that being said, we are looking at the Vegas odds right now. To kind of look at these odds in perspective, we've got Houston at OKC being the first game. It is a 226.5 over-under. And we have currently the reigning champions, Oklahoma City, as 7.5 point favorites. So we've got that going on. You got Kevin Durant in there for the first time against one of his former teams, also on one of his former teams. So right now, looking at the last 5 times these teams played, which was last year, OKC took it 3 of the 5. In that, they won it every single time. Well, let's see. Yeah, when they were a big point spread of 7 or more, they've covered the spread in those. Now, I get it. It's a new year. Defenses are different. Players are different. I completely understand that. But they have taken it there. Implied team totals, they got OKC at 117, and they've got Houston at 109.5. Now, if we look at the second game on the slate, we've got Lakers-Warriors. We know this. LeBron is out for an extended period of time, so you're going to see some value here. So even with him out, we've got a 225.5 over-under with a 2.5 point spread here. Now, very close. Golden State 114 implied team total. Los Angeles 111.5. And then looking at what they were able to do last year, 4 times they faced them last year. Lakers won 4 of the 5. They lost the last one back in April. Golden State was a 2.5 point underdog, and they ended up winning by 7 points. So we look at that. That's kind of what we're looking at. I mean, they're covering the spread. The game should be close. You're going to see a lot of value for the Lakers. It's kind of weird to already know who the starting 5 are for the Lakers this early, but we've got that. So that being said, the article that you see right here is going to be in the description of this video along with our absolutely free Discord. So make sure you check it out. Now, like I said, anytime we have 5 games, we do 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value, but we don't have that right now. So we're just going to give you some of the picks that we like. Now, again, these are through the first 10,000 simulations. By the time tip-off happens at 6:30 Eastern or Central, we will give you 20,000 sims. So it'll be updated just like what you guys are used to. FTA Plus under the NBA tab, we've got a lot of stuff going on. So that being said, we're going to look right at the point guards right now. My favorite of the day is going to be Luka. I think he puts the team on his back here. Would not surprise me. So basically what you're looking for on DraftKings, minimum of 8 times value. Now, these are early projections. They can sway a little bit, especially with the pricing and stuff. early projections have Luka right around 52 to 55 fantasy point range. Now, depending on how the game goes, I could see him going 60 plus. We know that he is capable. He's definitely capable here. And of getting and again, we have nothing to go off of from this year, but looking at this, fantasy points, they have changed a little bit, but 52 there. Now, just kind of looking splits wise, you can see last year when he was at home, got traded or whatever, he was averaging 52.6. So that's kind of what we're looking at. I would love to see how they've matched up against them in the past, but new team, new defenses. So we've got Luka right there, right around 52 to 55 fantasy points. Now, second one, we've got a SGA. I've got him right around 50 to 55 himself. So he's going to be a little bit cheaper here. Does have a little bit better matchup, but it's the championship team. I think what we're looking for here is definitely looking at Luka a little bit more. But if you do want to save money, SGA is right there. Then you got Steph Curry. I've got him about 42 to 45 fantasy points in that game. Couple more picks if you want to go down the list a little bit. Kaysen Wallace right around 22 to 25. Reed Shepherd up against OKC right around 21 to 24 fantasy points. So let's move to shooting guard. We do have a lot of questionable notes, but we should be good. All the people that are out are supposed to be out. So at the top right now, I've got Austin Reeves. I've got him right around 36 to 38 fantasy points. I've got Amon Thompson right around 34 to 38 as well. And then Brandon Podziemski right around 28 to 32. Couple of cheaper ones, Buddy Hield. It depends on what he's going to get, if he's going to get some value. But the Lakers are 23rd DVP against him last year. We're looking right around 21 to 25. And then Lou Dort up against Houston. Not the best matchup for him, 7th DVP, but about 20 to 24 fantasy points for Dort. So we move here. So you've got Jimmy Butler, who's got questionable tag, trying to see if he's expected to be available, so they'll remove that. You got Kevin Durant for Houston going up against his former team. He should be back, ready to go. Williams already being out, Moody already being out. We should be good there. So if we move to the small forward and we're looking, I've got Kevin Durant at the top. I've got him right around 39 to 42 fantasy points. I've got Jimmy Butler, who should play, expected to play 35 to 38 fantasy points. Ryo Hachimura against Golden State's 11th DVP against position last year. We're looking about 24 to 28. It's kind of hard to know exactly. We know who the Lakers are going to start. We don't know how many minutes those guys are going to get. We don't know. With LeBron being out, are we going to get some value open up to have extra minutes? So be cautious with kind of the injuries. But Hachimura right around 24 to 28, I would not be surprised. Aaron Wiggins going up against Houston, 26 DVP last year, 23 to 25. And then Alex Caruso, I'm looking right around 19 to 22. So through 10,000 simulations, we'll get to the power forward position. Kuminga being questionable. I think he's good to go, though. Expected to be available. So, yeah, I fully expect that. I've got Chet Holmgren, 22nd DVP last year, 35 to 38. You got Jimmy Butler, 34 to 38. Butler should be good. Like I said, expected to play. I think everyone's going to be expected. Draymond Green, 28 to 32. Draymond's one of those, he's either really on or he just has a terrible game. And his price here at 5,700 is bearable. It's doable at that price. I got Tari Eason going up against OKC, 22 to 25 fantasy points. And Al Horford going up against the Lakers, 7th DVP, 20 to 25. Now, it'll just depend on how many minutes Horford's actually going to get in this game. Then we move to the catcher. We move to the center position. Alperen Sengun. I'm not 100% sure if that's, I can't remember how you say his name, but 9,200. I don't mind that. I've got him projected right around 40 to 45. Catch 22 here is that enough? Do we use Chet Holmgren for power forward? Do we use him for a center? We'll see. But right now, Sengun right around 40 to 45 is what I'd look at. DeAndre Ayton, if he gets some minutes here with the Lakers against Golden State, I'd look about 33 to 38. Isaiah Hartenstein right around 30 fantasy points, which I don't mind him at 5,400. Jared Vanderbilt, I think he gets a little bit more run here with LeBron being out, just hopefully gets double-digit minutes. We're looking about 17 to 20 fantasy points. And then one I am looking at, I don't know how much run he'll get, but Quentin Post against the Lakers, 14 DVP, right around 12 to 15 fantasy points. Again, with these lower-end guys, we're really looking for double-digit 10 minutes is kind of what you would expect. I don't know if we'll get that, but that's kind of what we're looking at. So those are just some of the plays. If you want to see all of the plays, we'll have the article right here. You can check out the NBA. We've got Vegas odds, simulations. We've got fantasy points. We've got a cheat sheet. We've got it all for you, and we are ready to rock and roll. Now, if we're looking overall for value, not a ton of huge values that jump out right now, but Isaiah Hartenstein at 5,400, I would look at him. Gary Payton, if he can get the minutes, I would look at him going up against the Lakers. 23rd DVP. Now, if we look at Payton, it's the minutes that's going to be like, what are we going to get here? So minutes-wise in the past few games, I mean, yeah, this was May, 6 minutes. If he could get like 15 to 20, hopefully he takes advantage of it. I'll put it that way. So I've got him number 2. Number 3 right now, Jake LaRavia. I don't know how many minutes he's going to get, but under 4K and projected right around 20 fantasy points. I do like that price there. And that's kind of it. You got Cason Wallace at 5,100 here on DraftKings. We'll see what he can do, but those are some of the value picks that I'm looking at. So now we are going to build you a lineup real quick. So just kind of building. I think right now I've got to get Reed Shepherd in there, one of my favorite picks here, as long as he gets the minutes. I know he only averaged 10.1 last year, but we've got to find some value here. Some of the picks we've done. Now, what I will say is this is an early tournament lineup. Things can and most likely will change if you guys are used to last year, but these are great starting points every single day. So make sure you hit that bell notification. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you come back. If you guys are interested, we do have a $10 for a weekly passive FTA Plus. We've got $30 a month. That's $1 a day. We do have a special right now. We have 8 spots still available. Instead of $100 or $500 for a lifetime pass, you can get it for $150. So if you guys are interested, you've been on the fence about it, email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com, and say you are interested in that special, and we'll get you guys set up for life. We've been around since 2014 if you guys are new, so we've been here. We know what we're doing. So there you go. I mean, 2 games. It left $1,800 on the table. I got to get Luka in there. You know, we do have some boomer bust type picks, so we do have the Reed Shepherd and Okogie, but they got to get those minutes. But if they're in there with those minutes, I think they're able to do something here with this one. So this is an early lineup through 10,000 sims. About 2 hours before tip-off is when we do the final 20,000 simulations. We update everything, and I'll kind of show you what's under the NBA tab. So you got your Vegas odds, which doesn't need any explaining, but I will show you a little bit. We have simulations, so we'll finalize the simulations and do that. So there's your Vegas odds. This is obviously from May, but they will be updated and changed when they're there. We've got this simulation. So we've got both DraftKings and Fanduel simulations. So if you're interested in that, that is definitely something you can look at. We simulate, and you can export this, and you can look at ownership percentages, DraftKings, Fanduel. You can look at all of that. These are just the simulations of all the stats we think they're going to get. If you want to see NBA projections. So we do have chalk. So every day you play cash, you want to play the chalk. You play tournaments, you want to fade the chalk. But here you go. So this is obviously last year, but when you update this, it automatically will filter down from the highest projected fantasy player for DraftKings or FanDuel. It shows the DVP. Obviously, we got to get some data this year, so we only got what we got from last year. Team totals, everything, all those projections. Usually they are out by 3 p.m. Central. So that's there for you. And then the cheat sheet's kind of what I wanted to show you. So we've got the projection simulations, but you guys want to see a cheat sheet. So you've got all of those, but what are the plays that we like for the day? Those will be on the cheat sheet. So that being said, we'll have, when there's 5 or more games, we'll have cash lineups for each position. We'll have tournament lineups. So with less than that, we'll do tournaments. We'll do leverage plays here. We have other tabs. So we build a couple of lineups. So FanDuel, couple of FanDuel lineups, couple of DraftKings lineups, starting points for you. And then boomstick shots. So any player we think that'll get 7 times value or more, because that's basically the minimum you need, about 7. You would love 8, 9, and 10 plus. I get that, but we will look for 7. So last year we started this like halfway through the season. We got 34 correct plays. Now you're not going to get them all the time. I mean, these 7 times value, they're going to be, the bench players like a Reed Shepard, a Josh Okogie that are under 4K, because 7 times 4K is about 28 to 30 range. You're not going to get that all the time, so value opens up throughout the day. A lot of this value has opened up already because we already know who the Lakers are starting. Don't get used to that, so I will put it that way. And then we've got some bets. So you can look, I'll show you the chalk real quick. So what you're looking for chalk, if you play cash, you kind of want to continue with the chalk. If you play tournaments, you want to see where the chalk is at, but you want to fade it a little bit. So you can see, like last year, you saw the ownership percentages. The lower ownerships here is what you kind of want to take. Obviously, this was with the playoffs in May, so we will bring that back to you. So that is what I've got in this video. Normally, when we have a minimum of 5 games, we're going to go 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value at each position. Hopefully, every single day we can bring you guys content. Make sure you guys come back, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hype the video up if you can. Let's have a great opening night. Let's have fun, but most importantly, let's bring home some bacon. Peace.